Hello students, welcome back to maths class. In this video, we will see the introduction of chapter number 13, which is direct and inverse proportion of class 8th. So you can simply see here we had name which is proportion, which we seen in previous classes. Proportion means when we compare two ratio like A1 ratio B1 and A2 ratio B2 with equality symbol, so it will known as proportion. When we are comparing two values with each other with equality symbol, so it is known as proportion. Now in class 8th, we have new topic which is direct proportion and inverse proportion. We will see the introduction of both topic with the differentiation between them. So first one is direct proportion and second one is inverse proportion. Now firstly we will see direct proportion. So what does the meaning of direct proportion? In the definition, if the relationship between two variables whose ratios is equal to a constant value. It is a relationship between two variables whose ratio is equal to a constant values. It can be also done with the different way when we see if x and y, this x and y are in direct proportion. If x and y are in direct proportion, if x is increases, then y also increases, and if x is decreases, then y also decreases. Here x and y are in the direct proportion, so x and y are in the ratio form, where as x is increases, then y also with respect to x increases. When x is decreases, on that time y also will decreases. So this is the main concept of direct proportion. And here x and y will be constant because this is direct proportion. So in direct proportion we will write direct thing, okay? X will divide by y and its value will be constant. We can simply see one example for understanding this. One example, if x is showing the values, if x is showing the cost of, if x is showing the quantity of sugar and y is showing the cost of sugar, okay? X is for the quantity, y is for the cost. So here is x and here is y. If this is for quantity and this is for cost in rupees, okay? If the quantity is 1 kilogram, okay, then the cost will be, let's suppose it is 20, okay? If the quantity is 2 kilogram, then the cost will become 40. If the quantity in kilogram is 3 kilogram, then the cost will become 60. Okay, you can simply see here we have table which is in the form x by y with respect to x is in the kilogram and y is in the cost in rupees. You can simply see as our x is increases, the value of y is also increases. Here the 1 kilogram cost is 20, then the 2 kilogram cost is 40. We are just doing the doubling, we are just multiplying the 2 is here and 20 into 2 is 40. So they are going in the same way. X is increases, so y is in the same manner, it is also increases. When we are checking for the 3 kilogram, the cost is 60. So here also we are multiplying by 3 in the 1 kilogram price, and here the quantity will also multiplying by 3. So as x is increases, also y is increases. So this is the direct proportion. We can check why did here x by y will be constant. Okay, you can simply see if we are comparing x by y. So first value is 1 by 20, second value is 2 by 40. When we do the simplest, when we convert this 2 by 40 in the simplest form, it will give us 1 by 20. The third one is 3 by 60. When we done its simplest form, 3 1 is 3, 3 2s are 6, 0 as it is. The each one is having same simplest form. It means this is the direct proportion thing, and their ratio 1 by 20 is equal to 1 by 20 is equal to 1 by 20, which is equal to each other. So here is x, here is y. So we will see how can we calculate for the next example. If this is x, so y is here. The first value will be x1, the second value will be x2. In the y, first value y1 and the second value is y2. Here x1 and x2 are the corresponding value of x, and y1 and y2 are the corresponding value of y. So we can take the answer, we can take our answer as our x1 is increases, y1 is also increases, is equal to, as our x2 is increases, our y2 will also increases. Because we seen here x, y, y is a constant. So here x and y is here, and they are the corresponding values of x and y. Okay, so x1 by y1 is equal to x2 by y2, because we seen their simplest form are equal to each other. So if they are in the direct proportion, so their simplest form also be equal. So using this formula, we will find the values of unknown. Here in this example, we know each and everything. But let's take one more example. Okay, this is one more example where the x is showing height of object and y is showing the shadow of object. You can simply see, as the figure is tallest, its shadow will be same tall, same bigger. If the object is smaller, its shadow will be smaller. Okay, so if we take the height of object in the meter, here also in meter and here also in meter. If the height of object is 10 meter, okay, so shadow of object if 20 meter. For the second case, this is the first case. For the second case, if the height of object if not given and the shadow of object is 60 meter. If this is x, so here we have x1, here we have x2. If here we have y, so this is y1 and this is y2. We have to find the value of x2. We seen formula where x1 by y1 is equal to x2 by y2. Why we are applying here? Because we seen as the height is increases, same shadow will increases. So it is in the direct proportion. Okay. So x1 value is 10, y1 value is 20, x2 value we have to find, so it will be same, y2 value is 60. We have to find the value of x2, so 60 will go upside in the multiplication, 20 will also go near to x2 in the multiplication. So 10 into 60 is equal to 20 into x2. We can also not shift 20 because 20 will divide 10 and 60. The multiplication of 10 and 60 will divide by 20. But for your convenience, for your explanation, I am just shifted 20. Okay, now 20 is it in the multiplication, so it will comes in the division. Okay, so x2, 21 is 20 and 23 are 60. Okay, and 10 into 3 is 30 is the value of x2, and x2 is in the meter. So 30 meter is the value of x2. So it means what will come here? 30. So using this formula we can get the answer of unknown thing from the table using the direct proportion. Now the second topic is inverse proportion. So just opposite of direct proportion is inverse proportion. Okay, so it can be taken from if x and y are in inverse proportion. X and y are inverse proportion. If x is increases, then y will decrease, and if x is decreases, then y will increase. In the case of x and y, both things are going in the opposite. If x is increases, then y will decrease. If x is decreases, then y will increase. Okay, so it can be taken from the table like this form. If x is increases, then y will decrease. If x is decreases, then y will increase. So this is in the inverse form. For the inverse form, we have to take x and y as constant. X and y as constant. How can we take inverse proportion as a constant? You can simply see they both are opposite to each other. In the direct proportion, x by y will be constant. Here x is dividing by y. In the increase proportion, will multiply x by y. So when x will multiply by y, we will get the constant thing. In the direct proportion, we are dividing x by y. So its opposite we will do in the inverse. This x will multiply by y. Now we will see one example. If x is showing the number of workers, okay, and y is showing the number of working day. Okay, number of working day in which our work is completed. If x, the number of workers, and y is in the inverse proportion, so x into y will be constant. That we have to see. If the number of worker is 2, then 2 worker can complete their work in 10 days. If the number of worker is 5, so 5 worker can complete their work in 4 days. You can simply see here x is increases and y, here x is decreases and y is increases. Here also our 5 is increases, 5 is in the increase order, 4 is in the decrease order. So by looking it, we can simply see they are in the inverse proportion. But we have to see, is it their proportion are inverse or not? Okay, so we seen x into y will be constant. So this is x1, this is x2, this is y1 and this is y2, where x1 and y1 are the corresponding value of x, and y2 and y1, y2 are the corresponding value of y. We have to find x into y is equal to x1 into y1 is equal to x2 into y2 as constant. x1 is 2, y1 is 10, x2 is 5 and y2 is 4. You can simply see 2 into 10 is 20, 5 into 4 is 20. Yes, when we multiply x by y multiplying by x into y, their answer is same. It means yes, the given example that we taken, okay, is in the inverse proportion because we did actually the inverse of direct. In the direct we are dividing x by y and here we are multiplying x into y and we get 20 into 20. 20 is equal to 20. Okay. So for this we will see how can we make the formula. Here we have x and y. Then x1, y1, x2, y2, where x1, x2 is the corresponding value of x and y1, y2 is the corresponding value of y. So this table for the inverse proportion. So for the inverse proportion we will make the formula x1 will multiply by y1 is equal to x2 will multiply by y2. This is the formula for inverse proportion. Now we will see one example how to get unknown value for the inverse proportion. Let's see. If x is showing for the hours and y is showing for the workers. Here some workers are making wall. Okay. For example, we are taking the workers are making wall. Okay. If the number of workers are 15, so 15 workers can make wall in 48 hours. Okay. If the wall is completing by 24 workers, so 24 workers in how many hours they can complete the making, they can form wall. Okay. You can simply see this is the value for x and this is the value for y. It means this is x1, this is x2 and this is y1 and this is y2. We see in its formula which is x1 multiplying by y1 is equal to x2 multiplying by y2. Firstly, why did we are applying here this inverse proportion? You can simply see as the number of hours are increases, the number of workers are decreases. Here 24 is here, we have to find its value. It means one value is in the decrease form and one value is increasing. So inverse proportion we will apply. The value of x1 is 48 and the value of y1 is 15. x2 we have to find. So x2 as it is, y2 value is 24. Here 24 is in the multiplication, so opposite side it will comes in the division. And when we reduce this 24 and 48 with each other, so that 24 1 is 24 and 24 2s are 48 and 2 into 15 is 30 is equal to x2 and x2 is the value of numbers of hours. So 24 workers can complete wall making in 30 hours. So this we will apply in the exercise 13.1 and 13.2 of chapter number 13. Now in the next video we will see the exercise question solution.